Hi, I'm Kathy Mills from Short Film Edits, and I'm here with Shayne Davis for an interview today. How are you?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Could we start this with you telling us a little bit about you?
Um, yeah, I'm from Texas. I moved out to LA like 8 years ago. Um, and I came out for acting and screenwriting. And at a certain point, the acting game was so difficult when I got out here. By the time I got my SAG card, the strikes had hit. And at that point, I was just kind of over it. I was like, I just I don't want to be the guy that chases this thing forever and there's no return. There was a lot of return, like from acting classes, and even a little bit of financial return from the jobs I had booked before Verticals got here. But I was like, this just feels like it's such a gated community. And by the time I got to Hollywood, this community was so gated that it felt like the Hunger Games to get jobs that would legitimately pay your bills. So I ended up dropping out of that, working in drug rehab for a couple years and just screenwriting. I always love screenwriting. Even if it's not paying me back, it's still mine. Where like auditions, most of them are not mine.
Mm.
And what I mean, like, well, one, most of them I'm not gonna book, but then two, most of them I don't like. I was like, well, I don't like this project anyways. I'm gonna fight my ass off to get this project I don't even care about. Like,
Mhm.
um, so I never stopped screenwriting. And then my buddy Sam Morgan was filming in Vietnam. And I was like, what are you doing out there? He's like, I'm shooting a vertical. I'm like, okay, tell me what a vertical is. I was like, is this some like Snapchat, like short film or something? And he's like, no, dude, they're like legit movies cut into 2 minute episodes. And I was like, hook me up, man. And he hooked me up and real short flew me out to New York City. I knew nothing about this. I get on the plane and I see Autumn Noel.
Love her.
She's my very first co-star. And she's
Yeah.
wearing like Jordans or something cool. She's like a big sneakerhead. I was like, okay, this is cool. So that my very first experience was with Autumn Noel in New York City, and I was like, oh my god, this is legit.
Mhm. Yeah.
And then I'll give you a little sneak peek. There's something really big happening that I signed on for at that time, like early February, while we were still filming in New York. And that will be coming out. I can't say any more about it, but I have a big TV show that will be coming out in December.
How exciting.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I won't
Um,
ask you any more questions against it, but yeah, that's very exciting.
yeah, I'm pretty excited about it.
Hmm. Okay. What are the biggest lessons you took from the modeling world that you've been able to bring into your acting?
I mean, I don't think there's much similar in the talent of it. Um, I think there's a comfortability in front of cameras, but I think the real similarity is in the business model. I think the game is about getting agents that have pull that believe in you. Not really in vertical world, because vertical world, they're reaching out to you. I mean, once you book like a lead, a lot of times they're reaching out to you. And so I got my manager involved just because there were so many like offers that I couldn't juggle it. Um, but the business model is similar, right? It's like you book one that does well, you book like a modeling campaign that does well, then you get another one. You book a vertical that does really well, then you book another one.
Yeah. Well, that's good then. Okay. You've trained in a broad range of techniques. With such diverse training, how do you decide what approach you'll use for a given role?
It's funny. Okay, I did go to a bunch of different schools for a long time, um, but I don't put. I just learn the lines. I mean, I'll be real. I
Okay.
just learn the lines, And like I kind of just trust that I've done the work for years, and hopefully that shows up in the project. But I don't like start doing Meisner technique, and I don't do a bunch of improv prior to us doing the scene to get into the character. I just kind of trust it.
Yeah, you don't have time in the verticals to do that anyway. So,
No, you have no time. The people do not understand. This is like straight up boot camp. There's no, and it's not sexy. I've had a trailer one time on a vertical.
mm.
That's it. I have never had a trailer outside of that. And by the way, I think that's an insanely unique experience. I don't think anybody
Oh
has a
yeah.
trailer almost ever.
No.
Like, no, but because you're constantly learning lines for your next scene. Half the time, by like day 6, your brain is like mashed potatoes.
Hmm.
I've gotten so bad. I did one time 3 back to back. I take breaks now, but I did 3 back
Yeah.
to back with like a day break in between each. And on that third one, I remember like there was like sentences that I just couldn't do. I was like, dude,
Mm.
I can't remember the
You were
sentence.
frizzled by the end of it. Yeah.
Completely blown away.
Well, I mean, 12-hour to 13-hour days, including travel and stuff. And then, any shoot could be between, like, I don't know, 5 to 10 days, maybe? I guess it
Yeah,
depends. Yeah.
even 11 sometimes.
Mm. And then
Mm.
doing back to back, that would be a lot.
Yeah,
Mm.
I had one recent, the one that just dropped right now, Mistaken Marriage, Right Husband. That was the smoothest set I've ever been on. I mean,
Oh,
I swear we had like 8 to 10 hour days.
nice.
Yeah, eight to
That's
ten
good for
hour
you guys. Like,
days.
really good.
Everybody moves so, and then somehow they still found a way to have breaks for the actors. It was kind of crazy.
Mm. That's good. It was like a well-oiled machine. That's what it sounds like. It's like it works in unison.
I think that when the director, the AD, and the DP are just in alignment,
Mhm.
everything just moves so smooth. It's just like the lights get set up. They know exactly what they want. They're getting one take, moving on.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 takes, but it's not this like we're gonna sit here forever until we get it kind of energy.
What's the shortest vertical you've ever done?
The one I just shot
Mm.
was it was 5 days for me. I just shot a Christmas one. The title's slipping my name right now, but I'll get back to you on that title. Um, from Dumped Wife to Christmas Billionaire. That's the title. I was like, Shane, you can't plug a vertical in and not know the name, dude.
I
Like
do it all
that's
the
how
time,
it
don't
goes.
worry.
Your brain starts breaking down. You're like, dude, they're all. It's like I just know there's a billionaire in it somewhere.
Yeah.
From Dumped Wife to Christmas Billionaire. That one I was on for 5 days. It was crazy short.
Yeah. And what about your longest?
I think I had an 11-day once.
Mm.
Yeah, swimming my way back to you, I believe. But I could
Oh,
be
yeah.
completely, yeah, I could be wrong
Yeah.
though.
Okay. Okay. What excites you about working in vertical drama formats?
Well, what excites me about verticals is I do believe that they are the future. I think right now they're very limited in genre, and they're very, very popular amongst a very particular audience. And I think it's difficult to convince them to start stretching from there. I have today what I'm working on is a pitch deck for a horror um, vertical, and I'm having to try to keep it as vertical in as melodrama as possible while still being true to the genre that I love, which is horror.
Yeah.
But it's difficult because these companies they have to take a chance on it, and they know that it's probably not going to do the same numbers as the my billionaire left me for the younger girl or whatever the next title is. Like
Yeah.
this is so I think that it's going to take people taking risks and chances in order to build a bigger fan base, but I do think that this is the future Not that I'm necessarily wanting it to be, I just think it is.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like we're getting further and further away, maybe from like the sit down dinners with the family, because it's like,
Mm.
streaming and video games came out. And now this, I'm like, dude, if you can't put your phone down, that's pretty
Yeah.
hardcore.
Yeah.
Um, but if what I'm doing is helping people and the audience get through tough days, then I think it's worth it.
Yeah. Well, it helped me. It's the reason I'm here. So,
Well, see right there. So it is useful. And so I guess that excites me too, is it's like we all there's like the service level of like wanting to be an actor. I like attention. I want to be popular, right?
yeah.
And then there's like, okay, well, if my craving for validation and attention somehow is helping people get through hard days, then I guess it's really worth it.
Yeah. I think to be able to do these verticals, the love for acting needs to outweigh anything else. The money, the fame, the anything, you need to be able to love acting because I know that this isn't easy for everybody to be in the vertical space. Sometimes with the repetitiveness and, sometimes the genres and things, it's hard. And I know some actors find things difficult sometimes, but the love for acting is there. So it keeps them going.
Yeah, I think sometimes the love of acting can make verticals even more difficult too, though,
Mm, true.
because you are doing the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
And at least for me, I get hyped up when I get something a little new.
Yes.
Um, and I was hyped about anything at the start.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Yeah.
so hyped up. I had the classic get out of the Bentley scene with the shades on and all my bodyguards, and we got a helicopter noise in the background, and I was this like big CEO, and I thought it was super cool. But by your fourth CEO, you're like, all right, dude, come on, there's got to
Yeah.
be. I mean, at this point, I'll take a dentist. Give me
Yeah.
something. Give me something.
Never
I
seen
just
a
play a
dentist
doctor.
before.
Yeah,
Haven't
because you
seen a
can't
dentist
be
on
a
this one.
billionaire.
Yeah.
Apparently, millionaires aren't sexy, and apparently, if you make six figures, you're really not sexy in these. We got to figure out what the psychology is behind that, because
Hmm.
I'm like, why is it got to be a billionaire? And if it is a billionaire, then let me be a trillionaire for once. Like,
Yep.
let's just mix shit up a little bit. I
Elevate
think in
that
my life,
status.
let me be king or ruler or something cool.
I love that. Okay. What's one creative risk you haven't taken yet but would love to?
I don't know about love to. I have not been a werewolf, and I just don't
Mhm.
know if I want to be out there growling and morphing into a werewolf just yet. Um, but I guess if you say want to, I would like to do the vampire thing.
Mhm.
I would like to play a little bit in the fantasy of the vertical space.
Yeah.
Oh, I also the CEOs that I've done are like almost mafia, but I
Mm.
want to do a straight up mafia one.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be cool. I have heard by a few people that the Mafia product projects they feel has the most character growth out of
The mafia.
yeah.
Mm, mm. I'll say this. Well, the creative risk I really want to take is pushing more screenplays down the necks of these apps. At a certain point, I just want to be annoying about it and just be like, hey, like just keep blasting emails. Um, but as far as what I have worked on thus far, I will say some of the some of the writing sometimes feels almost AI. But I've met some of the American writers, say at Drama Box, I have one coming out called The Wrong Twin. I think that one's going to be hilarious. I think the characters are a little deeper than just this Billy Badass, with some of these screenplays where you can tell, but a little more time and consideration was put into it.
Yeah.
So I can for sure guarantee that there's like a higher caliber of storytelling right now on the horizon and on the horizon. Like I think it's only going to get crazier, better and better. But right now, I've got two. I've got two coming out. Christmas Dumped Wife, a Christmas Billionaire was written. I met the writer, and um, Pregnant by the Wrong Twin. Now,
Like,
Pregnant by the Wrong Twin is going to be pretty funny.
good. We like comedy. We
I
want more
play I
comedy.
I play the twin. I
Yeah.
play both. So I'm the
Yeah. Oh,
bad
I
guy
love
and I'm the
that.
good guy.
Love
Yeah.
that. That would have been a fun
Yeah.
experience for you too.
Yeah, that one felt like they really went kind of hardcore in the casting process too. I hadn't quite been through, I feel like it was a longer casting process than I'm used to. I think there was a lot of actors that wanted to be able to play both.
Hmm.
Um, but I guess I just got lucky on that one because
They
I
gave
had
it
a
to
I
the
had a
right
blast.
person.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I definitely had fun time shooting it.
Oh, good. Okay. Your filmography shows work across different formats. What differences do you find when approaching a TV role versus film in terms of character depth?
Well, two of the character depth, yeah. Um, I'll be real with you. I don't think the TV roles that I booked required much more depth than a vertical. Did I put more depth on it? Yes, I did, because it was also a different era. Also, right before pandemic, you still went into the room a lot. That's a whole different animal. Like I'm doing a chem read in a couple days again. Like even the chem reads, they're all done in Zoom. Like I'm never off book. I've never been off book for a chem read. Um, so back in those days, you had to be off book though. So you would practice it, practice it, practice it, practice it. You practice it with friends. I mean, hell, back in those days, I would get things coached before I'd walk into the room. So I'd pay money to have somebody coach me and make sure that it was grounded and made sense for the story. Um, I will say this though, like I'm very grateful for being an actor prior to Vertical World because I do think one of the traps of Vertical World is like I don't think you have time for acting class, um, especially if you're filming the leads because even just one of these takes out 10 days of your month, two of them takes out 20, and three you don't have a month. Um,
Yeah.
you don't have time to really build that setup. You're just kind of running with the same character kind of over and over. So I'm very, very grateful for that era of life of fighting in the Hunger Games to get, you know, 5 lines on a TV show because that's what it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah. But here you get a whole dialogue. So,
Well, yeah, and it's also like, I mean, look, are we going to be honest about it? It's just like, I mean, here's the real truth, right? It's right now, be a hot male model white guy. That's that's the lead.
yeah.
That's going to change. Like people, I don't think people understand. Like that's going to change when the Hollywood companies start making it. Like it's going to go SAG.
Mhm.
All of a sudden the competition pool just got 3 times bigger,
Yeah.
and there's going to be people of color as there should be. Now
Absolutely.
your
Yeah.
pool just got 4 or 5 times bigger.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like right now. Like if you are an untrained hot white guy, this is the best time you'll ever have in acting, and if you might get grandfathered in and be able to stick around, but I do think that at a certain point you might get outcompeted if
Yeah.
if you don't have range.
Yeah, definitely. I just did an interview with two ladies who wrote their own vertical for the Real Shot
Mm-hmm.
competition, and they did a werewolf one, and it was just a diverse role. So there's women of color, there's LGBT, there's, werewolf, there's fantasy, and it's just a huge range. And I like the sound of that. They brought everything into like one vertical. So
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
yeah, it is cool. I like that.
Yeah.
That's really cool that they wrote that for. For a real short competition?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I gotta get in on that one. I
I
love
think it just
screenwriting,
ended.
so
It just
oh,
ended.
did it? Well, maybe next year we'll mess with
Yeah.
it. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've written a vertical right now. It's a horror, so we'll see. And we've got a few other pitch decks that we're working on, so we'll see what we can come up with.
Yeah. Well, without giving away your story, if there is a vertical that you could star in that was be your perfect vertical, what would it be?
That's a good question. That's a really good question because then I have a question for your question. Is it still within what is currently what we're seeing in the vertical space right now, or is this like fully up to the imagination? Because
Go
if it's fully up to the
imagination.
imagination,
Go imagination.
oh shit! I mean, if it's imagination, it's a studio movie in
Hmm.
on your phone though. Like
Yep.
bring like make Jurassic Park and get like $300,000 animatronics and let me run away from a T-Rex. I think that would be super fun.
Yeah.
But I think too, like as far as maybe a cool like indie drama crime thriller would be cool too.
Mm.
Like I think it would be cool to do something where like I like those gritty roles, like drug addict, like trying to get off drugs, like, escape a gang. Like it's not about this like rescuing the damsel in distress.
Hmm.
It's about an individual trying to save himself.
Yeah.
Um, I would like to see. I would just like us to get away from the not get away. Sorry, I want us to always keep the love trope there. It's just like I want to see. I wrote a horror movie where have you seen Jennifer's Body?
No.
No, okay. It's got Megan Fox. She's super hot in
Oh,
it, right? And
yeah.
she eats by staying hot. She has to eat men. Well, I came
Oh,
up with one vertical where it's three women that use dating apps that eat men to stay hot. There's really no love story in it. There's no
doesn't
love
sound
story in
loving.
it.
No.
No, and that's like I want to see fun stuff like that.
Yeah.
Did you ever
Yeah.
watch? Let me ask you something. Did you ever watch like Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yes.
How did that affect you?
Mm, to be honest with you, I can't remember it that well. I watched it a long time ago. But I have seen it. Yeah.
So I saw it. They came out before I was alive, but I saw them as a kid, and they impacted me for my the rest of my life, like for
Mm,
whatever reason. You know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah.
I do, I cannot explain why I like horror movies. I
Mm,
also don't think it makes sense to like horror movies.
mm.
They make you
I'm not a big
scared.
horror fan. I admit that. I'm not a big horror fan. But I think my one of my favorite TV shows is Bones. I love Bones. Have you seen that?
Now, Bones is that a cop show?
Yeah, it's cop and an anthropologist where she studies dead bodies to solve crimes.
You know what's funny? I feel like so yeah, you like mysteries though.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like a lot of people like mysteries, but they don't really like horror.
Mm,
I like mystery too. So like one of the verticals I wrote is kind of more mystery. It's more about
mhm.
it's a whodunit kind of situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and I think that's probably an easier sell with the current
Mm,
audience
yes. Yeah.
because I'm like the current audience is very soap opera, um, very Hallmark. We're getting a lot of
Yes.
Hallmark stuff right now for Christmas. But
Hmm.
Lifetime, I don't feel like the Lifetime button has been hit too much. Because
True.
Lifetime, I mean, it's been touched a little bit, like, but like Lifetime has the thrillers in it,
Hmm. Yeah.
you know, that I
Yeah.
feel like still work with the audience that we have right now.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so many people want horror. So many people. A lot of people I talk to, they want horror and comedy. They're the two things that they
Well,
really want.
Comedy's such an easy sell in 2 minutes. I mean, hell, you
Hmm.
can go on YouTube, you can go anywhere and find people that make comedic sketches in a minute, 2 minutes. Now, to make a comedic vertical, you just have to make 40 of those and put it all
Yeah.
together.
I think
Um,
reaching it in like a 2 minute episode would be the hardest, is trying to like reach that point at the end of every episode to keep it going.
you almost need yeah, you kind of need right? In like in soap opera world or the melodrama world of it, you have a cliffhanger every 2 minutes, but like
Yeah.
you kind of need a joke every 2 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. So you got to
Yeah.
have some good writing on that one, I think.
Yeah, well, there's some, I mean, Paige over at Drama Box. Drama Box, did you ever watch Not Another Teen Movie?
I'm not sure. I need
It's
to
a,
watch all these.
that's okay. Did you watch Scary Movie?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
you know the what's that genre called where they spoof?
Spooky. Yeah.
It's like spoof, I think, right? Where they like
Yeah. Yeah.
so there was a movie that came out that was basically the same style comedy as Scary Movie. Uh it was called Not Another Teen Movie, and they hired that writer over at Drama Box, and I've noticed some of their shit is so funny. I'm
Oh,
just like I'm waiting for them to just like make a straight up comedy.
I want it. I want it.
I want it too.
Hmm.
I feel like that like you talk about like I think as an actor to circle back to your question of what you really want to act in, I actually think it'd be the most fun to do comedy.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
like to write horror and I like to write mystery and I like to write thrillers, but I like to act in comedies because we laugh our asses off on set so much,
Yeah. Yeah. Now you need to
you
bring that to
know?
screen. Yeah. Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
think the most comedy we have at the moment is like switching bodies. You know, that's the most comedy we have at the moment, I think.
I haven't seen any of the body switching ones.
Some of them are good.
There's a few of them out right now.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a few of them. Yeah.
Okay.
But
I've only been in one comedic one thus far. It's not out yet, but I
mm.
haven't seen the body. So it's like what, like a mom switches into the girl's body or
Yeah, so Jake Hobbs and Jackson Tiller, I know they've been in one each. And it's like so Jackson Tiller was a mafia guy and then he like switched bodies with the girl and he was the woman. And she, yeah. And then Jake Hobbs did
okay,
one
that's
too. I forgot.
what was that on?
Oh, I'll get back to you on that one. I'll
But
get back to you on that one.
it wasn't like one of the big three. It wasn't like Good Short, Real Short, or Drama Box.
No, no, I think uh I don't know. I don't want to answer
Well,
that yet
there's
because I
so
don't
many.
know.
There's That's okay. There's so many like popping up right now. It's just like
Yeah.
I
I
know.
think I think the little apps that are coming out have a wider opportunity of touching those new genres than the ones that are already established their lane.
Have you heard of Gamma?
Gamma. Yes.
So they're doing like I went and checked it out, but they're doing something pretty cool over there. It's like true crime docudramas in vertical format.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, so it's like it is like those mystery thrillers we were talking about. Um, Completely different from
Yeah.
what, the tone that was set by Real Short, Drama Box, and Good Short.
Mm. Oh, I can't wait for that. I want one. I want one.
I know. Somebody's gonna make it, but it's gonna, you know what it is? I feel like it's gonna be remember cable TV?
Mhm.
You had like TBS, you had like Comedy Central, you had
Mm.
Sci-Fi Channel. I feel like it's gonna go that route. Like we're
I
like gonna
want,
spin the block.
if you ask me what perfect vertical I want a good sci-fi. I really want a good
Okay, oh,
sci-fi.
okay, you want a good sci-fi, but tell me like in that sci-fi, what do you mean? Like, do you want like aliens or do you want
Mm. So I kind of lean towards Stargate because I love Stargate.
um
Um, a lot of people
I
have
haven't
said,
seen this.
"Oh, you've never seen Stargate?"
Nope, I've seen Star Trek, I've seen Star Wars.
Okay,
but I've never
Stargate's
seen
the one with that
Stargate.
big circle when they go through and teleport into like, or like go through the portal into different worlds.
Oh, okay.
There's like
And then
movies
what
and
is it?
series. This,
It's super futuristic.
yeah. Well, but they're not so much. So like they're kind of like it's not like future like Star Trek type stuff. It's like
Uh-huh.
down to earth, living in this type of reality, but with some future elements. So like they go back to like the olden days where there's like they're in like literally the desert and there's aliens out in the desert. And
Oh, so they
then,
do have
they'll go up
aliens.
into space and then they'll see like aliens with future like technology and things like that. So it's kind of a mix.
What? Wait, so each episode has nothing to do with the last episode.
They all follow along a storyline, but they're all
Okay.
different. Yeah.
Where's this on?
Oh, we'll watch it on heaps of Netflix, I think, has the original Stargate movie. I could be wrong. But there's like movies, there's
Uh,
series. I think there's like three or four different types of series.
what about Black Mirror?
I saw a few episodes of that.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. Black
Hmm.
Mirror. I love Alien. I love Predator. I don't know if you ever watched those.
Yeah, my brother
Um,
put me through that.
as a good brother should.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
Predator feels like a straight up dude movie. Like, especially the original Predator, it's just like a bunch of like steroided up buff dudes in the
Yeah.
forest fighting
Yeah.
an even buffer alien. Like that's the entire plot of the movie. Like,
Yeah. I think
yeah,
out of
that's a
all of them, Alien versus Predator was the one that I enjoyed the most.
you know what? Controversial opinion, but it's one of my favorites too. I think it's so good. When they go to
Yeah.
Antarctica,
Yeah.
yeah, that one was so good.
Yeah.
That one is so good.
Has so many jump scares in it though. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I'm more of an Alien fan, so I like how the aliens kind of whooped the
Hmm.
Predator's asses a bunch.
Yeah.
But I just had it. I remember a line from that movie. Like as a kid, I never forgot the line. And this girl gets mad at the guy for having a gun, and he says, "I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it."
Yep.
And I was like, "Holy shit!" That guy just blew my mind. I was like 8 years
Yep.
old when it came out.
And he was so right.
I was like, "Holy dude, yeah, there's aliens and predators here. You want to not have a gun? It's crazy."
Give me two.
But
Give me two or
nobody
three.
knew. Oh,
Yeah.
if I ever go to Antarctica, give me 5 machine guns
Yeah.
just in a
Uh,
bazooka.